Hi, everybody. Welcome so much to Dreadful Realms, Caverns of the Wise Minister. Tonight we are playing Stone Cold, which is the free, what's it called? One shot for level 0 that I wrote for it. Uh, and thank you so much for joining us today. So let's meet our players. You already know who I am. I'm Angry Nerd Girl down in the chat. But yeah, starting with Christina. Tell us who you are and tell us about your character.
Hi everyone, I'm Christina. I use any and all pronouns, and I will be playing Maribel Ann Roque Liqueur. It's spelled like rock liquor, but she is a goblin with some very serious taste. She loves some science. She loves anything that she can eat, and she's very excited to be here.
Ooh.
Ooh, dang, I messed up Vic's captions. While I'm fixing that, KC, why don't you tell us who you are and tell us about your character?
Sure. My name's Casey, she, her pronouns. And today I'm going to be playing Dolomite Joe, a rootless explorer. You can just call her Joe. Dolomite's more of a descriptive appellation. She is a caver by trade, exploring tiny dark spaces where no one talks to her. And though she is neither capable of nor does she require extended periods of sleep, she longs daily for the sweet oblivion of unconsciousness.
Don't we all?
Alan, tell me who you are and a little bit about your character.
Yes, of course. Hello, I am Alan C. Johnson, and tonight I am playing Sylveld Oroswin, a cave elf from the deep below, master of music, practitioner of poems, and all about drama queen.
Vic, first off, can you send me a link to your captions? Because I think it got a little funky. Secondly, tell us who you are and who you are playing.
Hey everybody, I'm Vic. I use they, he pronouns, much like my very cute boy, Lorcan Joyce. He is a devout human that is spreading the good word of the wise minister. Kind of quiet, but can get really riled up in the correct situation.
And Draz, or your real name, Allison. Can you tell us who you are and a little bit about your character?
Hello, I am Draz, also known as Allison. I am one of the writers for The Adventure Path. Most likely the person following up on this, so that's fun. I'm playing, my pronouns are she, her, and Vela is my character who also uses she, her. She is a Nyx, which is an alligator mer person, and she is a hunter. She is a baby, really, and she's very naive, so I think that's really fun to do in a level 0 one-shot where, in a dark fantasy setting, so have fun with that.
Yay! All right, so Dreadful Realms is 4-5e. It's underground, and
You probably haven't heard of it. I said you probably haven't heard of it. It's really underground.
So this adventure takes place in the Northwest Rest District of Sepulchre. The Rest District is where the rest of the people live, as in the people who aren't fancy cave elves, or the Nyx, who are the alligator mermaids, or the Rootless, who are kind of, the Rootless who are nearing the end. Rootless are people who have died and kind of got stuck here. And today is a very special day. It's the Festival of the Echelon, which is basically a coming of age ceremony. It's there's a lot of crafts, there's entertainment, and If it's your first year as a rootless, or if you are coming of age as any other resident of Sepulchre, this is when you get your job assignment chosen for you by the elders, who always have our best interest at heart. So I want to start by asking all of you, what's your favorite part of the festival? What are you most looking forward to?
Vela is definitely most looking forward to being considered an adult in the community, especially as a Nyx, because the Nyx have like different. They don't wear clothes, but they do have a lot of necklaces, and like the more like you're recognized and like becoming an adult, you get like more necklaces, and she's really looking forward to actually being considered part of that.
Lorcan likes to people watch during these things a lot of the time. It's like a moment to like everything else is like loud around them, and he's just like loves seeing how everybody else is reacting to like these joyous moments, like coming of age and that kind of thing.
Joe is, I guess, the opposite, is a little nervous about all the people here, but during festival days, there's oftentimes lots of good food. She spends most of her time eating mushroom-based travel rations, and so having other street treats are a real delight for her, and sometimes trigger, the fragmented memories that she's lost as a rootless.
Maribel is also all about the snacks. I think she's kind of also scoping out, what people are doing, trying to, hasn't been to Sepulchre very much. So this is a new experience. So just kind of taking it all in. She's probably a little overwhelmed.
Well, I can say for Sylvel, this is a wonderful ceremony where we get to see all the young and upcoming people get their new assignments for life, see where life is going to take them, and also a little tiny bit of vindictive joy whenever they see someone who doesn't quite get what they want, so they can just go, tee, what a pity. But no, it's just really happy.
So what, Vela and Joe, neither of you have your roles yet. You're going to get them today. Lorcan, Maribel, and Sylved, what are your assigned roles? Or are you also being assigned today?
If the introduction wasn't clear, Sylveld is one of the many performers within the darkness here. Commissioned for many songs, poems, and other wonderful things. It's pretty fantastic.
I'm an acolyte. I spread the good word. That's been my calling in life.
Maribel is a new apprentice engineer, probably one of the first years on the job, still green, but very excited to be here.
Now, how do all of you really feel about those jobs?
Fantastic.
Okay.
It lets Lorcan people watch. I like to people watch. So there's a plus.
Okay.
As long as I get to do science, I'm a happy little camper. But it is hard. It is hard being away from other Riftside goblins. It's hard being a little isolated here in the city sometimes.
Okay.
I feel like they've still got that first year intern shine. It's like, oh boy, life's so great.
Joe and Vela, do you have jobs that you hope you get assigned to?
Yeah, Vela definitely wants to be a hunter because she's very eager and into like get into the fray and stuff, and she wants to direct that energy somewhere really.
Mm-hmm.
Joe is really hoping to get some kind of assignment outside the city to continue exploring. Her worst nightmare would be to be confined inside of a building or stuck at a desk job, essentially.
Okay. And lastly, how do all of you know each other?
Lorcan's definitely seen all of you do something strange at some point. Just Like Lorcan literally likes to blend in and just like, oh, and maybe like you caught eye contact with him at one point when he saw you do something weird, and he's just like, oh, and like went about his day.
Well, Silvel is definitely a people person, so they've probably, at least to the two up and comers, has personally gone to them and be like, "Hey, it's gonna be great, kid. You're gonna have a great day.
Oh.
Hopefully, maybe, probably." And then these other two, I mean, I feel like Silvel's gotten around, so they've probably have like a good idea of at least who they are in the general sense. Like, oh yeah, I've seen them.
Vela is definitely someone that like people love recognize because she's just kind of like rowdy and loud, and you know you've probably like seen her around. And you're like, oh, it's that Nyx. And also, she does like making friends, so I imagine that like she's like at least tempted to talk with Joe to be like, hey, you're being a rootless for like a year, or you've been here for a year. That means you're going to be in the festival and stuff, and talk to someone. And I guess I'm sure the other two have encountered her in some way around the city.
I think specifically today, Jill and I probably met at a snack cart or a food establishment. maybe I think probably Maribel maybe ordered something, eyes a little too big for her stomach, and needed someone to share. So,
and I'd be happy to share with you. And yeah, I think like everyone was saying, these all seem like personal people who maybe Joe ran into during her first sort of awakened moments in the city as she wandered through and just looking for friendly faces to sort of orient herself.
Awesome. So with that, we will get started. And I forgot to mention, but I just put it in the thing. We do have a mild content warning for gaslighting today. So it's going to be veiled, but if that is something that you are not feeling today, we love you and wish you a wonderful night. So it's dark, chilly, and damp as ever in Sepulchre. But you hear the people around you moving a little bit faster paced than usual. As you're walking through the streets, there's, as opposed to trudging around, people seem almost jaunty. It's an exciting day. And you hear people murmured, some with excitement and also a little bit of concern. Around you see there's amazing food, there's a crafting table, there's swimming races, there's a philosophical salon, and everything terminates at the Hall of Knowledge, which is where the choosing ceremony takes place. So what would you like to do on your way there?
Is this on our way to the Hall of Knowledge?
On your way to the Hall of Knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to stop and listen to the philosophical conversation that's happening.
Sure. Anybody go in with Lorcan?
To clarify, is this just a philosophical like debate, or is this like they're like actually like is this a conversation, or is this like an active debate?
It is a salon. There is
okay.
Battered silken awning extending from a damp stone building. Mm-hmm. And inside of here, there are tall plates of rich food.
Ooh.
And hanging out are ouzettes, who you would recognize being residents of Sepulchre. They're basically very colorful sea slugs. They're super intelligent, and they love nothing more than wonderful conversation and nutritious rocks. And they have opened up their stores, basically, for the festival for anyone to debate with them, share their thoughts on philosophy and the greater meaning of the purpose of magic and why portals kind of randomly open in the realms.
Is there anyone specifically having a conversation about the portals?
Yes. There is a pinky purple little oozette named Snug.
Lorcan would probably interject in the conversation and just be like, the portal's open for a reason, to test us, for we go stronger as a person and in our devotion to the wise minister through trial and tribulation. We are not supposed to know why they open, but I am sure of it, they're here to test us as a people for the betterment of us all.
Interesting. You know, the most recent portal, and Snug kind of nestles over to you. You can see they're attempting to, like, sit on your shoulder. So, you know, the most recent portal was in the Chosen Heights. A strange teleporting dog wandered in. And then it was closed. Farmer adopted the dog. He's well cared for.
Glad to hear that.
So, how is a dog bringing us greater knowledge?
The wise minister works in strange ways. We cannot quite know or see this until we truly know or see it. We will know when we know. And obviously we are not meant to know right now since we do not know.
Give me a persuasion check.
I would like to note in the background, Sylveld's just like a little while back looking at this conversation like,
oh no.
No.
Even oh, okay. Even with it's a 4.
Okay.
Oh. It's a 4. I rolled a 2 on my favorite die.
Oh no.
So Snug kind of snuggles into you and says,
It's the calculating woman meme.
When we know what you know, as we all know, they know that you know, as we all know, together.
Yes.
And you get a little bit of brain fog from this discussion, and your insight checks are at disadvantage until your next long rest.
Oh
no. Well, alrighty then.
We're starting off strong.
Well.
But you have made friend out of Snug.
Well, there's a plus. I like
Yay.
Snug.
Good Lord. May I interject in that conversation?
Of course.
Okay. Then as this slug says this,
Oozette.
I'm going to Oozette, thank you. As Oozette says this, in the background I'm still going like, but I'm just going to sort of slide up behind Lorcan, like put an arm around his shoulder and be like, what he's trying to say is that the dog and the portals, it's all just part of the wise minister's plan to help bring new things in life, to test people in the caverns. It's introducing new elements, and a teleporting dog is certainly one of those things. I've never seen one. Lorcan's never seen one. Lorcan, right? Lorcan's never seen one. And I doubt you've seen one either. See? New elements.
Amazing.
I
have no clue what they're talking about. Well, you know. I pause for a sec, just sort of stare. There are dogs that are classified as rocks. And I say this with complete confidence.
And
Amazing.
You see Snug's, Snug has kind of iridescent teal spots, and the spots start to twinkle. So that could be very tasty.
Very tasty indeed. So the next time you see a dog, just give it a little...
This is Lorcan's actual face, right?
Yeah. And then I just turn, look at Lorcan, and give him a smile. I'll pan the shoulder and say, "You're welcome. I'm very good at debates. I'm going to get some food."
And even though the Uzettes don't eat like what you might view as food, they kind of really eat limestone and moss and assorted rocks. They have put out a really good spread.
I'll still nibble on some cave slime to be polite, but then I'm going to real food.
Is the food
Probably-
available to everyone or just to the people that are like debating?
You can come in and have a snack.
Yeah. I think that Vela is like, she doesn't, this whole conversation is going over her head, but she is just like eating in the corner, just like watching this and like, okay. And because she's definitely like getting ready to go off to the swimming races.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't want to like obviously you shouldn't eat like right before swimming, but she also doesn't want to like do it on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Even in fantasy, you shouldn't eat before swimming, kids.
What's going on with Joe and Maribel?
I suppose Joe is also going to sidle on over to the swimming races,
Okay.
sort of undecided about participating, but just watching what's happening.
Okay.
I think that Maribel would have stuck around, kind of side eyeing the table of snacks, maybe pocketing one or two things. Don't want to, create a reputation, but I don't actually eat rocks. But it's been a joke, and they're right there.
You're
I'm
doing it for the
curious.
bit.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm really just curious. And this idea of a teleporting dog, that sounds like something maybe I could study. I'm just going to write it down on my little notebook. Teleporting dog. Okay. Science.
So after you eat your fill, you hear more people walking by, and they start. What's everyone's passive perception?
15.
Oh, damn.
Oh, wait, 13. Sorry, that's my insight.
12.
10.
Passive perception, 12.
11.
Okay. So Vela, Lorcan, and Sylvad, you hear a couple of people having a conversation as they walk by, and one of them says, "The stone ones, they've come again." And the elf they're talking to says, "Nonsense, you're seeing things."
Vela is a bit perplexed by this, but also they just, there was just a conversation about stone dogs. So she's thinking about that. And we're like, oh, is there a stone dog, somewhere around here?
Question. Do I have any idea what the hell they're talking about?
Give me a history check.
Oh, history. Let me tell you something about history.
Can I do one too?
Yeah, absolutely.
First natural 20 of the night.
Oh!
Good, because my history is garbage.
I'm guessing that was not a natural 20 for Lorcan.
I rolled another 2 on the same die for a 7. This die's going away.
The actual acolytes were like a 2, and I'm like, I know nothing. 20.
So, Lorcan, I will say the reason that you can't remember is because you have suppressed this information really hard. You have been told the same thing that Sylvad has been told, but you also know it's forbidden information. So part of being a good acolyte, you're like, nope. Sylvad,
Time to gaslight yourself.
with no such compunction, and with a nat 20, you remember rumors that have been very quickly staunched of strange creatures appearing out of stone. And not dogs. Humanoid
Good.
creatures.
Pretty good.
And with that nat 20, You know that they have something to do with death.
So, strange creatures appearing out of stone
Mm-hmm.
have something to do with death. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I feel like since this is definitely like, do I know that this is knowledge that should not be known by everyone, or
Yes.
do I? Okay. I feel like I've written at least like 7 poems or sonnets about this sort of shit that are like sitting at the bottom of my drawer. Like one day they're coming out. When I feel like getting, thrown into the deepest cavern, they're coming out. Good to know.
Okay. And so the rest of you heading swim race words. You pass a couple tables. One is like to build your own commemorative craft to remember the festival. Another one is name that concoction, run by a very eager looking goblin. And just on Maribel's face. And along the road is an oily river where alligator merfolk, Nyx. I was going to try and describe what they looked like, but we have a beautiful picture of Vela right there.
Yay.
Are lounging in their necklaces on moss-covered rocks. And one of them, Vela, who you recognize as a very, like, jockey Nyx, named Anquel, is lounging near the front, kind of doing a, think you can challenge the Nyx? Come on, race, let's go. Let's go. Show your love for the wise minister by swimming against the best.
Oh yeah. Uncle, I wanna race against you.
Oh, really now? Against me?
Yes.
Or do you want to
Yeah.
do the beginner's race, youngin'?
Nah, I wanna you can do your best and I'll beat you.
All right, if you want to race against me. You're being chosen today, aren't you, little Vela?
Yeah.
Are any of your friends brave enough to take us on? And they just start
She
kind
looks
of
at the others.
flexing. And you see their necklaces, like, show off their muscular body.
Joe is watching this, and the jock Nyx's energy is just immediately exhausting. And Joe pats Vela on the shoulder and says, "I'll be cheering for you from the stands. Good luck with your race. I'm going to maybe check out the arts and crafts afterwards."
Just immediately lie down on the ground.
And then sits down, like, I know there's no grass, but maybe along the banks of the river and watches.
There's moss.
Gonna be cheering you on. Go, Vela! Yeah!
Alright.
All
Should I
right.
roll?
Give me an athletics or constitution check.
Time to figure out if I think those are like no.
This is the moment you've been training for.
18.
Woo!
You actually kick Anquel's ass.
Yeah.
Yes.
So not only do you get a bracelet of shells and crystals, but you also get a glistening bead to add to your necklace that
Yay.
is inscribed with a phrase in Aquan. And I know that Vela can read it. It says, "Journey through the fades to rest."
Ooh. Do I know what that means?
You do not.
Ooh, pretty.
Well, you did it, Vela! And Uncle gives you a high five and then a fin slap.
Hell yeah. Thank you. You did really well though.
You know, I've been trying to get an intramural swimming team going, kind of foster some interspecies competition for the benefit of the wise minister. Do you think you could get some of your friends into that kind of thing?
I I'm not sure if my friends would, but I would definitely love to help.
Okay, more Nick swimming. That sounds great. Good job, kiddo. Good luck at the choosing.
Lorcan's gonna say, an auspicious win on an auspicious day. The wise minister wishes you well. I can tell.
I bet they do.
I'm gonna do my best to go past that little craft station and pick up the prettiest bead I can find and go over to Vela and try to hand it to her and say, to commemorate your victory. It was a good one.
Thank you. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, I can tell this is going to be a great day when nothing goes wrong.
So did you make him
I got
cry?
that feeling too.
So at the craft station, before you can pick up the bead, actually, the elf running it stops your hand and says, "We work by barter, you know."
Okay.
Or you can just give me a sleight of hand check.
Yeah, I'll go for sleight of hand first.
Okay.
I got 19.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. She does not stop you. You just fucking stole that.
Joe is one of the people who's having the thing happen today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. She's starting the new life strong.
Yeah, I pick it up and I give it to Vela, and maybe later I'll come by the stall and pretend I wasn't there in the first place and barter something and know I'm underselling whatever I'm giving.
All right. So unless anyone wants to name that concoction, it's time
I
to...
mean,
Do it.
I'd be into naming that concoction, seeing as I might have worked on at least 2 of them.
Ooh.
So, you never know. She's actually not that important. She just pushes papers and carries parchment, but she likes to, like, you know, I was instrumental in that.
So you see a young male goblin. He has only one ear, and his hands are wrapped in bandages, and he is just covered in like pockets brimming with alchemical ingredients and potions. He goes, "Hey, Gobbo, come over here. Come here. You and your friends.
Yeah.
You and your friends.
Yeah. Come on, y'all. Come on. Check it out.
Smart kids. You?
Maribel?
Joe?
Lorcan.
Vela.
Spark it, kaboom! And
Good for you.
and he hands each of you, he puts out an array, actually, of potions, little bombs, and oils. Says, now, you get to smell it, or just look at it, but don't shake it.
Can I taste it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out my notebook.
And you see one of the potions is blue and kind of phosphorescent. It seems to be like a really fast lava lamp.
Okay. I'll pick it up.
Let me see. Just a second. One of them is orange and like a slow moving lava lamp, I would say. One of them is green and one of them is blue and looks almost like a block of ice.
Can I pick up the first one?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll sniff it. What's
Yeah.
it smell like?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay, all right. Arcana. Okay. Different dice. Hot Wheels dice. 17.
Hey.
It smells like
Nice.
ozone. Kind of like what's in the air after one of the elves casts Shocking Grasp.
Oh. And I'd like to just dip my finger in. Does it hurt when I just
feels like lightning.
Ooh. And I'm just gonna dip. Just touch my tongue. Do I get like a little?
Yeah, you do.
Incredible.
Actually, let's see.
Oh boy. Oh god, I have 5 hit points.
F.
Now you have 4 hit points because
Oh no.
you stuck Shocking Grasp on your tongue.
I'm gonna immediately go up to them and just like stick out your tongue. I want to see. Okay. Sketch. Good. How do you feel?
Electrified.
Oh, is that a good thing? That's a good thing. I like it.
No.
Okay. Not a good thing.
It hurts. My mouth hurts. A little
Like how
bit.
bad?
And like
1/5 of my health bad.
On a scale of 1 to 5.
a 1 on a scale of 1 to 5, a 1.
Okay.
Okay. So does Lorcan now know that it's Shocking Grasp? Like I know Vic
Yes.
knows, but okay. So then
You would
I
know
will...
that goblins make strength. Goblins can take cantrips and make them into potion form.
Ooh. And then I'll turn to our fair goblin friend here. Say, Shocking Grasp.
Yes, for you. And he gives you the bottle.
Hey.
And I shouldn't shake this.
I mean, and you see his bandaged hands with like blood soaked through them and his missing ear, and goes, "I shake."
I'm gonna secure this tightly and gently to my pants.
Handle with care.
Anybody else? Lots of potions.
Do they only have how many? Oh, lots of potions.
Yeah, I named 4, but there
Sorry, I
are.
had to run.
So there is left. There is a blue chili one. There is a green one. There is a red one, red orangey one that looks kind of like a lava lamp. And now that Alan is here and wants to play, I will say there is Sparkits has brought out another one that keeps kind of changing shape. The bottle stays the same, but it changes colors. It's hard to tell what exactly form it has.
And Lorcan and our delightful science goblin are over here, right? Okay. I'm going to walk up right behind the two of them, having finished my food in the salon, and say, "Oh, are we guessing something over here?"
Yes, put it in your mouth.
Oh,
To
well,
lick it.
Yes.
That's
you
the
never
rule.
need to tell me that twice, and I pick one up and just drink it.
Oh!
Which one?
This is where Silvel dies.
That's not
I
what I
mean-
meant.
The lava lamp sounds cool. That
He
looks
said lick
spicy.
it.
He said put it in your mouth. So,
How many
I-
hit points do you have, Alan?
oh, I have so many hit points. I do. I have more than Lorcan. I have 6.
One more.
So many.
So you drink this, and it suddenly your insides are on fire,
Okay.
and you go unconscious because
Okay.
you just drank a potion of firebolt.
Jesus.
I'm taking
Okay.
notes. I'm taking notes.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, I knock back the potion.
And I
I
rolled an
turn-
8.
I knock back the potion. I turn and look at Lorcan. And I just go, and I just fall over.
Oh no.
Can I administer aid?
Please do.
Oh boy.
Please give me a medicine check.
Oh boy. Hot Wheels die. Oh. Okay, that is another 16 in so 17 total.
Okay, Alan, you get a hit point back.
I did not mean drink it. I meant to just put some of it in your mouth. That could have been clearer.
Very quite literally said, put it in my mouth, which I did, and let me say...
I meant some of it.
I'm just going to look up at the goblin from the ground, but I'm feeling fireball. Like the whiskey.
I mean, that's one way to do it without, like, needing an Arcana check.
Good job! You get the potion!
I looked at the empty vial and I'm like... Yeah. Guess I'll just put the vial in my pocket in case I need some glass later.
He kind of rubbages around and pulls out what you would recognize as a potion of healing. It goes, You barter? I work for dinners.
I just look up at him. I'm
Singer,
not drinking.
you
I'm
sing
not
song?
drinking anything else. I normally, yes, but I just drank a firebolt, you see, so I'm a bit...
So you don't want potion of better.
No, I'm fine. Thank you, though.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'll do something crazy for that potion of better, just in case.
I love the idea of potion of better. Not healing, just better.
I like
What
it.
you want to do? What you want to do?
I don't know. What's a good barter for that potion of better? Blind taste test.
Oh no!
If you wanna.
What do you need, experiment-wise, brother? I'm here to help, cousin. What are we doing?
Oh. And he pulls out a feather, some pewter, and moss, and goes, make a thing!
All right, okay. I'm gonna put the pewter down on the ground and kind of wrap the feather around it, and then I'm gonna put the moss in my mouth and chew it up like really fast and like, sprinkle it over the pewter, and then I'm gonna smack it.
And then it
Incredible.
explodes.
Well, yeah, that's the general idea. It didn't explode?
Make
It
it
didn't
explode.
explode? Oh gosh, it didn't explode. Well, this is not in my notes. Everything's here. Everything's here. I'm gonna try and make it disappear by shoving it up my my sleeve.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Ooh, 22.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, wow.
Portals.
Science.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Potion of better.
Thank you. I'll take that.
I take notes on that one.
I'll pass it to Sylvan. Just like, here you go. Trust me, you want that.
Do I really, though?
Lab equipment. It's necessary.
Well, aren't you just delightful? I'm going to pop it open just...
You die.
Yeah! We did it.
It's a Dark Souls, like, the words pop up on screen.
Do 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 do. Yeah, you regain 2d4 plus 2 hit points.
Oh, boy. 2d4.
2d4 plus 2, yeah.
No, I'll probably
I
fine.
assume you're back to full.
Okay, I'm back to full. I just
Yay.
immediately rise up off the ground like, oh, okay, that's so much better. Thank you.
It's good shit,
Thank you
right?
so much. Yes, it's very, very, very good shit. I'm going to go now. Ceremony's probably going to be starting soon, but you keep this up, and I'm going to try and swipe another potion as I walk away.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
This party is of thieves.
Listen,
Minister.
y'all started stealing. I'm just keeping it up. That's
It was
not
one
fair.
bead.
And it always escalates.
I earned my potion.
Sleight of hand. That is dexterity. 2, that's not great. 14?
You know what? I'll say, yeah, he got a 5. So you know what? You get it.
Yay.
Which one
I
were
don't
you
know what
going
the-
for?
any of them. This is just to get back at the goblin. I don't even care about this potion.
Getting back at the goblin for the thing that you did.
That
It's called
Lorcan
spite,
asked you to
Jess.
do.
It's called spite.
Okay. You end up with the potion that keeps kind of changing what it does.
Neat. It's going in my pocket. And personally, Sylvette's gonna head for the Hall of Ceremonies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Hall of Knowledge.
The Hall of Knowledge.
Lorcan will follow. Gingerly, as not to shake the potion on his hip.
And Vela, Joe.
Yeah, I imagine that Vela like heads off to the swimming races.
Okay.
I go to Sylveld as we're walking to the Hall of Knowledge, just pass along like a water skin or something and say, maybe you need to, just to make sure, wash it down. Keep yourself hydrated, you know?
Yeah, I look at Joe for a second, blink, but then I'm like, you know what? Thank you very much, dear. That's so appreciated. This is your ceremony today, yes?
Yeah, that's right.
I just
Gotten some nerves, but, you know, hoping for the best.
I just gargle the water for a second, like, then swallow it. Like, well, don't worry, it's going to be fine. Worst case scenario, you end up moss farmer, slime scraper. But even those are illustrious careers in their own unique way.
I guess someone's got to do them. Have you ever done moss farming or slime scraping before?
Oh, no. No, what? No, never. Don't be ridiculous.
I'll count my blessings if that's what happens.
How tall is she?
We'll say maybe 5'10".
Okay, cool. In that case, then I'm just going to give her like a little pat on the head, like, it'll be fine.
Like, I must tower over everyone as a cave elf.
I don't know. I don't. Joe could have been just like, nah.
So you all arrive at the Hall of Knowledge, which is by far the largest building in this section of Rest. It's covered in vines and phosphorescent mushrooms, and it's made of stone, but is constantly being eroded from the constant, I said constant twice, from the dripping of water from the cave above. There's a crowd of people going in along with you, and there's a wrought iron chandelier illuminating your way when you enter, and two staircases going up, where the district representatives have their office, and they also have a balcony overseeing the main hall, which is where the ceremony takes place. The ceremony hall is grand and pretty dimly lit, but you all are used to that. It's dark here. And there are dozens of benches carved into a sloping floor facing a stone stage reserved for speakers. All of you have reserved seats. I would say Joe and Vela, you have seats reserved right in the front. And Maribel, you have another friend because I rolled for you. A rootless friend named Lizette Moncrief, who is also having her ceremony today. And she has a reserved seat between Joe and Vela. You have not yet seen her.
I'm gonna slip Joe a notepad. I'll be like, hey, can we give this to Lizette? Just in case.
Sure. Is there anything on the notepad, or is it just like a?
No. Blank. It's blank for all the adventures that she's gonna have.
Oh, I see. Sure. Yeah, sure thing, Maribel. I'll keep an eye out for her. Do you know what she looks like?
Yeah. She's a rootless, like you, little shorter, but actually a lot shorter. Whoa, you're
Duly
tall.
noted.
Yeah.
Me, but smaller. I'll give them a blank notepad to commemorate their journeys.
That's right. Yeah. I actually, I'm really short, so I can't really see a lot of people, and there's an awful lot of legs here. Whoa. I just wonder if maybe with your vantage point, you could
You want to
kind of
boost up
look around.
Maribel?
Oh gosh, I didn't want to be rude, but yeah, I really, really do.
Here, get on my shoulders. Come on.
Oh,
Ain't no trouble.
heck, thank you. Look around.
You know that Lizette was adopted by the Moncrief family, as most rootless are usually taken in by a family. The Moncriefs are an older human couple, and she doesn't remember anything from before. You see the Moncriefs, but you don't see Lizette.
Oh, maybe she's nervous. Okay, I'm gonna come down now.
All right.
Don't want to step on you or your nice outfit for today. I'm just worried about my friend. She should be here by now, right? She'll be sitting
it's
down, lining up.
getting late.
And as you
I don't
say
think
that,
this is.
the doors close to the hall. Oh, Casanova. The alderman, Alderman Salisbury, I forgot the name that I wrote. Alderman Salisbury, middle-aged halfling noble, takes the stage and makes a grand gesture. Citizens of Rest, welcome to this year's ceremony of the Echelon. I see we have an empty seat. Odd. Fill in. We'll begin. She gestures to Joe and Vela. Says, please. Fill in. All the seats must be filled.
Vela hesitantly moves along, but she's definitely looking at the empty spot, and I assume she was watching the other two do their thing and be like, I mean, maybe she'll come late. I know, even if the doors are closed.
Yeah, I glance towards Maribel and I guess look towards the person speaking on stage and say, maybe we could wait just a minute or two and see if she catches up. I don't think this is the kind of thing she'd want to miss.
The alderman continues, just going on with her speech about the importance of attaining the echelon. So I want each and every one of you to know the elders have assured me that all of you will be placed in the best job for your skills and for this community. Because that's what it's all about. Skills and community. Sepulchre. Now, if you stand up, and one at a time, I will announce your positions. Annabeth Adrian, Tactile Crafts. And there's polite applause. Grisette Ashkashon, Arcane Studies. Lucian Belial, Water Treatment. Dolomite Joe, Row Collection. Vela, Hunting. And so on, and so on. And you see, everyone responds with a polite smile and a nod of acceptance. And the ceremony continues. So she says,
does she ever say the missing person's name?
She does not. And by the time you get to Gnath's Zarkanian, at the temple of the minister, she says, and thank you. You have achieved the echelon. Now go. Be successful. Serve your community. The elders have chosen for you. You are in good hands. And there's kind of a moment of uproarious applause, and the doors open.
See, Vela wanted hunting, and she got hunting about the whole thing that, like, there was a missing person, and their name wasn't called out or anything. It just, like, makes her stomach sink a bit. But she doesn't, can't really do much about it.
What did they say that Casey got again?
Row collection, I believe. And I was just wanting to check, do I know what that entails?
You would know that a big part of the way that the Nyx connect with the minister is through a telepathic connection through row and coral. So it's very, very important. But it's also for someone who wants to be traveling, you're going to be in one place.
Okay.
You're going to be in a hatching ground.
Row like the eggs?
Row like the eggs, yeah.
Okay, I thought so, but I heard row, but first I'm like...
ROE.
Right.
Like caviar.
So I guess after the ceremony is over and the sort of proceedings are done, Joe just kind of leans back in the seat and goes... Well, I suppose I should get to doing anything other than that then before it starts.
Well, this is ridiculous. They didn't wait for Lizette. They gave you the egg job? Come on. You're smart, you're capable.
I mean, the egg job is very important, but I don't think it's the best use of Joe's skill set. And they promised that all of these jobs that we'd be getting would make the most of that. And I don't think that's true.
Well,
Lurkin, how do you feel about that?
So Lurkin is listening to this conversation and it's something is dawning on him, and he's like, no. I am a proper acolyte. I'm repressing that thought. And then I'm repressing that, and it's just like
push down.
It's just aghast at what has just been said, and really just wants to. No. The elders know exactly what's right. There's a reason for everything. There's a plan and a reason, and surely these things are right. And your friend missing,
I mean, Silveld's gonna come up right behind them and just be like, "Oh, you got row collecting. That's exciting. Good for you. That's the rest of your life, and you're going to love it."
Silveld, have you ever collected row before?
Oh no, they have people for that.
You seem to talk an awful lot about things about which you have no experience.
Yes, I'm an expert at talking about things I know nothing about.
Well, I appreciate your support.
What was the little issue at the start, seating arrangement?
One of Maribel's friends didn't arrive, and she was meant to have been chosen today, and they didn't even call out the name. Which is like, surely even if Lizette?
Yeah, Lizette.
Well, here, she'd still be called out, right? And they'll realize that she's not here, but they didn't say the name. It's almost like she doesn't exist. Maybe we should talk to her parents.
Hey, I have a question. Has something like this happened before during these things? Like somebody missing, and then they don't say the name, and then has that happened before? Would I know?
I didn't realize I was muted. Give me a history check.
Okay. I'm good at those. Oh yeah, 19.
So you can't really remember a time it's happened at the ceremony, but you know that sometimes people just, oh no, we lost a friend.
Oh no.
Oh no, Alan's computer crashed.
Oh no, Alan. Okay, I hope he can get back in real quick while we look funky. I will try and rearrange us while I answer that question. But you would know that sometimes people just go missing. And it's not really clear why.
Okay, I have one more question. So the thought that Lorcan was trying to push down was that really doesn't sound like the right role, right? Like the row, and it's like,
Oh yeah, he's back.
maybe that would be for Lizette, and because Lizette's not there anymore, now it's someone else's. But Lorcan's just like, no, everybody. But like, would Lorcan have any forbidden knowledge on that he's suppressing, versus just him suppressing like a straight thought, like, no, I don't believe that. That is not true.
You would know that everyone gets the best role for them assigned by the elders. At least that's what you've been told. And if a role wasn't, they would never mix up give the role to the wrong person, because every role was specially picked based on you. So if you don't like the role, what don't you like about yourself?
Okay. Lorcan will have that straight thought and be like, no, remember your training. Remember that and be comforted in that knowledge.
Jess, question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to ask.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you. Have I heard of this person that's gone missing?
Since you're friends with Maribel, you probably would have met her before, and you kind of know everybody, I assume.
I know a little about everyone. I try to.
Yeah, so you would know that the Moncriefs are like an older couple that are friendly.
Oh.
And they took in a rootless girl.
Oh. Okay, fair enough.
And they're at the ceremony.
They were at the ceremony.
And did they seem to make any fuss or notice anything different?
Nope.
We should go talk to them.
Yeah.
And then when we're done talking to them, we're going to go bang on that alderman's door and say, Salisbury, get out here and give my friend a job that's not the egg one. And...
No.
So
maybe we can do something in between.
An insight check on Salisbury if while she was giving her speech, to see how she's taken the whole thing.
Sure. That
That's 7. That probably doesn't do anything.
She's so into this.
I got an 8 with disadvantage.
Insight's wisdom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plug.
Wow, it's not bad. 18?
That was the magic number. So, Sylved, with your your take on things,
it's not a good take, I'll give you that.
You can tell what beneath her kind of implacable smile and public show, Alderman Salisbury does not give a shit what happens to each individual person and their fate. This whole, it's for you, and yay, this is her going through the motions of being a politician.
Ah. Good to know. Good to know. I'm going to keep that knowledge to myself for now. I don't want to ruin these kids' day.
Okay.
It's a very important time for them.
And the hall starts to clear out. The alderman is accompanied by about 4 guards, bodyguards, and everybody starts to leave. You can confront her if you want to yell about your job. You can talk to the Moncrief family, or whatever you would like to do.
The wheels are starting to turn in Joe's head, so I think she's going to approach the Montcree family just to see where Lisette's gone.
Okay.
She's trying to think maybe there was a mix-up.
Okay.
And I guess she waits to see if like Maribel or anyone wants to come with her.
Yeah, Vela's gonna come with, definitely.
Same.
I'll come with you, but I'm writing down notes in my notebook about where Salisbury's going and how many guards. I'm making a plan.
Is this
And my plan is just the word egg with a line through it.
The word egg and it's circled like a bunch of times.
All plans start somewhere. I'm going to wander after these guys, looking disinterested but totally interested.
Lurkin, you were going to say something?
I was gonna say, are we assassinating a political figure now over a job choice? Because that's what I thought that was going. I was like, oh,
That's like a great thing to do with 5 hit points.
Yeah, a great level 0 adventure.
4 hit points to be exact.
Yes, take on a noble and 4 guards. That sounds like a good
Yeah, what could go wrong?
So going up to the Montcree family, they're walking out as a couple, and when Joe and Vela approach them, Mrs. Moncrief turns and says, "Oh, dears, congratulations! Achieving the echelon is always so exciting."
Thank you. But isn't it like your daughter wasn't here and she didn't achieve the echelon? Do you know anything about that?
I'm sorry, my what, dear?
Your daughter, Lizette.
This is what...
Maribel tells us you adopted a rootless daughter some time ago.
The husband kind of taps her on the shoulder and says, "You must have reserved an extra seat by mistake. That could have been it. She's always wanted a daughter, you see."
Been to dinner at your house.
"Oh, Maribel, it's so good to see you. When are you coming by again?"
Well, I was planning to come by to wish Maribel a happy, or to wish Maribel, to wish myself, to wish Lizette a happy echelon. So whenever I can do that would be great.
"Oh, Lizette, what a beautiful name. I hope you enjoy the festival, dear." And she looks very confused. And arm in arm, they start to walk out together.
Do I catch any whiff of magic or anything strange going on?
Yeah, you can give me an Arcana check.
Okay. Something's not right. Oh, that's low. That's gonna be 12.
No. You know that there's like... I'm treating this like it's detect magic, and it's not. I was going to say, you know there's magical lights in the room. But, yeah, no, you don't sense any magic coming off of them.
If
You
I
don't
can
smell any magic.
if I can hear this, does this sound like they're just straight up being like, "Oh no, we don't know anything, Teehee," or is this like, do they seem like pretty sure about what they're saying?
Give me an insight check.
Yeah, sure. That is a spicy 6.
Oh. They sure seem to believe what they're saying.
I
I'm
have a
gonna
question.
inside check as well now that you mentioned it. That is a 10.
I have faith in Lorcan.
Okay.
Lorcan, what were you going to say?
Well, one, do all of us that have memories of Lizette still have our memories? Because like I like to
Yeah.
people watch. So we all okay. 2, can I also do an insight check?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
It's still a disadvantage.
Even with disadvantage, it's a 14 and an 18.
Hey.
Oh,
So 19.
Oh, you are so insightful.
I
Get a
am.
+5. That's wild.
I have a +5.
They seem so confused as to what you're talking about.
And I'll say,
Like the Mr. Moncrief almost seems worried that like his wife is going senile or something, that like why are these kids talking about something that we don't understand?
I'll say, the wise minister be with you. Enjoy the festival. And I'll turn to the others. You all remember Lizette.
Yeah.
They genuinely have forgotten her. They're not playing a game. They have genuinely forgotten her.
Huh. I was kind of speaking hypothetical before when I said it's almost like she doesn't exist, but now I'm worried that that's actually true or something, but I'm not sure how that would be the case.
A test. It's a test of the wise minister to test us to bring her back. Of course, it's a part of the grand design.
Huh.
Lorcan does not.
If that's the case, then where would she be?
Just look at Lorcan. I'm like, couldn't it just be part of the grand design that she's gone?
I do not believe that the wise minister would take someone in a way such as this, if simply just because it must be a test for us to correct what has gone afoul, to challenge us, to make us better.
If it was the wise minister's plan that she vanished, then we wouldn't remember her, right?
Yes, yes. Wait, no. No. It is the wise minister's plan that she has vanished and that people are forgetting her. But we are supposed to remember to do something about it, to strengthen ourselves for the community.
Well, for the community means we should probably bring her back to the community that she belongs in, her parents.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
I don't know about any of this fate stuff, but this sounds to me like an investigation, a mystery. You know what can solve mysteries? Science.
Well, we have me and a row collector. I suppose we could go find someone who solves mysteries to... Oh, don't give me that look.
Got it. I got it. This is a really big test because what we're doing is we're getting a new job for Jo. She's gonna be a secret agent.
Oh my god.
I just look over at Lorcan like,
The wise minister could work in mysterious ways.
oh, I don't know if they're that mysterious.
I appreciate your optimism, Maribel. Maybe not so much secret agent, but I could prove that I have other skills other than handling eggs.
That's right.
Do you know where was the last time you saw, or when was the last time you saw Lizette?
Let me dig in my memory.
No.
I mean, you would, if you've had dinner there, you might have seen her at home. You also might have heard that she was excited to take part in some of the festival activities.
We had plans to get one of those giant plates of mushrooms together, and we were going to see who could eat our side faster, and it was going to be me, and then I was going to give her a notebook, and it was going to be a thing.
Don't worry, Maribel. We'll get you your mushrooms after we find her.
Oh, I can't eat now. I have no appetite. Oh my god, I have no appetite.
Hey, Maribel. Just think about science, okay? Think
Okay.
about science.
Okay. I don't know.
Where were you going to meet her?
We were gonna meet over by the food area after the ceremony, and I saw her at her house like I don't know a couple days ago.
Well, those
she's
both seem like good places to start.
Sure, yeah. I don't know. Does anyone know where? I just wonder if there's maybe some secret place that people might take important people that Lurkin, maybe you know. Is there like a special church, something?
Do I know that?
Not in the rest. You know that the wealthy people live in a different district. But you also know that Lizette would probably not be considered an important person. Like, if you live in the rest, it's because you're not that important.
Okay, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to say, although everybody is important to the function of the community, in the eyes of the minister, of the wise minister, some people's functions are more integral than others, and they are in different places. And although I do not know what Lizette's role would have been, I do not believe it would have her in that elevated role, at least not without everybody knowing about it. So I don't think she is anywhere where more important people have been taken. We would have at least known it was happening to praise her for that, for achieving the echelon in such a way. Sepulcher.
Some animals are more equal.
I just wrote in the chat.
Well, I'll tell you what. How about, if this will put your minds at ease, we can go speak with some of the others, see if they saw your friend, and if not, well, maybe it's just not meant to be. Her, not meant to be.
I kind of want to go to her house before her parents get back, because maybe we'll find something there. But, I mean, we could also go back to the festival. I think they're both good options.
Maybe we should split up.
Always
Me
a
as
good
the
idea.
player's like, oh no, not in a level 0 adventure.
Lorcan would suggest it, maybe.
What could go wrong?
The three
Yeah,
of
what could
you.
go wrong?
You know, that Lorcan has an excellent point. How about this? I will stay here at the festival.
I will stay with you as well.
Good idea. And you can all go to her house and take a look around.
Sounds good.
We'll meet back here in front of the hall in, how do we tell time? Can I say 10 minutes? Can I say 20 minutes?
10 cycles from now.
Sure. I don't remember how to tell time here. I assume that works.
Singing Tower at the center of the city.
Yeah.
Boom. Singing Tower.
Singing Tower Center of the city in...
And that is something that Draz is going to write in
Yeah.
the city
Hey.
guide coming
Oh my
soon.
god, we have 2 bots.
In 15
Robots.
times.
Oh, Jesus. Hey, let's block that.
Hi, robots. Bye, robots.
Farewell, robots.
What
Well.
good is my mod view doing if I can't block the robots?
She might be the singing spy. Well, it sings, is the thing.
Hmm?
The tower or a spire, and it sings, and it's in one of the documents.
We'll meet at the 3rd aria.
Okay, wait. So what is like the tower sings and tells us how many times? Like, what do we call like the singing of the tower? Like, come back in 20 songs or verses?
Time to look at all the information that we have. Oh no. I actually don't know which document it would be in. Well, just time passes.
In 20 passes of time.
Well, I'm just gonna look at I'm just gonna look at the others and clap my hands together and be like, well, I have a date with some cave slime, so get to it. And just
Kat says go with the verses.
verses. I like verses.
Yeah, versus is nice.
Return in 20 verses.
All right, I like it. So, Sylvad is
Cave
going
slime.
to the philosophers to see Snug.
Yeah, I will say they're.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm coming with you. Sorry.
Yeah,
Lorcan is
coming
going with.
I think it's one of those like we're Sylveld is definitely heading towards there, but they will, along the way just be like, hey, did you see what's her face? Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And I
Did
want to
you see
keep an
what's her
insightful
face?
eye. Like anyone that she asks, I want to just like tune into that and be like, is it the same
Neutral.
thing, or is it, or are they confused like the parents were, or are they playing a game?
Okay. And the other three of you are going to the house?
So,
Cool. So we will start with the walking around.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
So, walking around to some people. Let's see. It'll take you a little bit to get back to Snug. So you run into you pass the crafting table. You pass by Sparkets. You pass by the swim races with Onquel. And you see several like Nyx and elves and humans and goblins kind of walking around. If you would like to talk to any of them, let me know.
Yeah. Her name is the one that we're looking for is Lisette, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm just going to go up to the first one I see, like the little gaggle of goblins. She's like, "Hey, yes, hello, enjoying the festival." Lisette, name ring a bell? Have you seen them running around? About yay tall, probably. About yay no features, roughly. They are one of the right
Rootless.
rootless.
And you're asking a group of goblins?
Yeah, just literally as I'm going, like whoever I see, just be, like a quick word.
Rosette? No. No.
I rolled an 11 total to insight to see what if they're full.
They don't seem to remember Rosette. You can give me a persuasion check, though, to get them to talk more.
Oh, I can roll a persuasion check. Boom. Oh, it's actually not bad. I was kind of hoping that would be bad. Plus 3, 19.
Okay. So one of the goblins don't know Lizette, but Rootless end up in the Fades. Saw a dwarf come to life in the Fades once. Took a rootless halfling. They both vanished. Neat trick. Can't
Right.
replicate.
Sorry, back up. Dwarf come to life.
Yeah, from the stone.
Dwarf came to life from the stone,
Mm-hmm.
took a halfling that was a rootless, and just gone?
Yeah.
Neat. Thank you
Neat
for the
trick.
information. Yes, and the fades, you said.
In the Fades, yeah.
Jess,
Yeah.
what are the fades?
The Fades are an area of Sepulchre where all rootless eventually end up.
Oh, is that bad? Would I know if that's bad?
Yeah, it depends on what you think of as bad. It's a place where when a rootless no longer really remembers how to act like they're alive, they go to the Fades where they don't really eat anymore. And for a while, they'll maybe eat a little bit, maybe kind of do a slow-mo version of their regular tasks before ceasing to move entirely. And as before their face had been kind of featureless, it wears away completely and they stop moving and just become stone.
Cat in chat is saying many rootless, so which I mean, she's saying that it's not all rootless, just some.
Okay.
That's how I'm interpreting that comment.
Well, that's depressing.
Do we know about the dwarves taking rootless? Does that sound something familiar historically, religiously?
Sylved remembers that the dwarves had something to do with death.
I was going to say, yeah, there was something about death and something about, what was it? Coming from stone?
Mm-hmm. Dwarves
Yeah.
like creatures or humanoid creatures that come from stone
Come from stone and then
have something to do with death.
with death.
Oh.
And this is the very bad knowledge that Lorcan's keeping hush up, and I'm just like, ooh.
Lorcan, nope. Okay.
I look at the goblins. I say, very, very interesting. Thank you. There's still, head over that way. There's some good stuff over there. I'm going to speak with my friend here. So go away. Thank you. I'm going to turn to Lorcan.
We walked up on them. We could have walked away. That wasn't very nice.
Oh, it doesn't matter. They're enjoying the fair anyway. Listen. All right. Can I trust you?
I am as trustworthy as the wise minister is wise.
I highly doubt that. It's in the name, wise minister. But I'll take your word for it. I'm going to sort of draw him in closer, like my bat ears kind of just curl inwards. I'm like, all right, so you probably don't know this. This is very hush-hush. I got it from a sort of inn. Don't worry about it. But there's a bit of a rumor or legend, rumor, story. It's all very, that there are people, things that come to life out of stone that have something to do with the whole... What?
We can't talk about this.
What do you mean we can't talk about it? I'm telling you right now.
We can't talk about this.
Why can't we talk about this?
It's blasphemy. It's as an acolyte of the wise minister,
Wait, are you telling me you already know about this?
I don't know anything about any of this, so we cannot talk about it.
Does Lorcan know something about this? Can I tell?
Lorcan knows
Insight
you can
against your
insight check
fellow
your
play
friend.
character.
Can I make a deception check?
Yes.
Come on, Hot Wheels.
Be gone, dice! Oh shit, there it goes. All right.
I mean, he
I
did
like
say be gone.
That we have the bard insight checking the priest, so you're both like.
Excuse me, I'm not a bard. I'm a level 0 professional singer. All right, second dice. Don't be as begone.
Okay, that was a 12 for deception.
That's not great. What's my
Wisdom.
insight? Wisdom, right? That's also a 12.
If it meets, it beats.
Okay,
Yay.
and it's meeting my deception. Yep,
Mhm.
damn.
There's a 10 plus 2, yeah.
Same.
Where did that dice go? Oh, hey, samesies. We're just both
I wonder
giving each
where
other
the
the
dice-
same look like,
I bet the dice went to where Lizette went.
oh shit.
Too soon. Too soon.
Little guy made of rock just... I'm going to just look at Lorcan for a second and be like, you knew about this, and I don't know if you're supposed to know about this because I'm certainly not supposed to know about this.
And I'm gonna pull you away. I'm gonna pull you away from everybody else.
Woo-hoo.
You can see a lot of conflict right now on Lorcan. Like
So do you know about a lot of blasphemy, or is it just this one blasphemy? Do you blaspheme frequently? I'm a reliable source. Don't worry. I don't spread gossip around.
Oh, you lie. You lie. Now stop it.
Oh, you caught me.
I do not blaspheme the wise minister. Never. However, as a devout acolyte, to their greatness, I am aware of certain falsehoods that people speak.
Right, yes.
And as a devoted acolyte, I choose to push those things away and not give them any thought.
Right, but you pulled me aside and are talking to me directly about it now.
You already know. You know that I know. And, well, this is where we are now.
Right, so we're both in agreement that this non-existent blasphemy has potential. In a purely hypothetical sense.
I am not saying this has potential. I am saying that I acknowledge that some people believe that this could be a thing. I am not one of those people.
Right, of course, but you're acknowledging that people do believe this, potentially. And my eyebrows wiggle and my ears like...
Yes. Blasphemy lives in the heart of all.
Right.
Except for those of the most devout.
Straight down to the heart.
Those like you, not like me.
I'm sorry?
I am quite devout to the wise minister. I do not believe any such blasphemous things, even if I acknowledge that others have blasphemy in their hearts. And it is my duty as a devout to rip that out and bring others back into the light. The light.
Like you,
Yes.
not like me. Right, well, it would truly be a blasphemous thing for me to do than go around and tell people about this blasphemy that you yourself know about, right?
No.
Quick question. Do I know whether or not people that engage in such blasphemy get quickly dealt with by...
Y'all been blaspheming in here?
Do I know? No, like...
It's,
How are blasphemers dealt with?
basically, this is a rumor that the aldermen and the elders have done their best to suppress.
Okay, and I say, do that at your own peril. Not only would I worry for your blasphemous heart, but your blasphemous body and freedom.
I kind of just give Lorcan like a once over and smile like, well, now you're just complimenting me. Thank you. But perhaps we should tell our friends about not the blasphemy, but what we heard others talking about.
So let's go over to that house.
Doodle-doodle.
Maribel, you've been here before, so what does the Moncrief house look like?
I think it's pretty nice. It's pretty decent size. Maybe some nice moss growing out in the front. Little nice moss, maybe little sculptures. I think it's, you know, it's a nice house.
Okay.
And they've got like some sort of key maybe under one of the pots holding the plants.
Oh,
You know?
what a nice thing to add to there.
Isn't that
Yeah.
right?
So
Is it
convenient.
still there? Wow, is that key there?
It sure is.
Oh, let's break a window anyway, those forgetting jerks.
So there's also a phosphorescent mushroom garden outside.
Maybe we should take one and see if our new friend will eat one. Well, no one's home.
I mean, that's good, right? Because that's why we came here. So
Yeah.
we could snoop in and see if they've got any secrets.
Before I start snooping into their personal materials, just looking around, do I see any, I don't know, signs of Lisette or like indications of where she might be?
Give me a survival check.
13.
Okay. So, going out of the house, kind of through the garden, you see small, deeply set footprints that take a couple steps through the garden and then just kind of vanish. And you see that the moss and mushrooms surrounding the footprints are withered.
Beckon the others closer. I don't know much of what to make of this. Maribel, do you know anything that could do this? Any magic or some kind of fancy gizmo?
Oh, both of those are highly probable. Also, I don't know, maybe some sort of poison? Look at that. Look at it. It's dead. What is this? And I'm going to scrape some of the dead moss up from the footprint. Oh, see if there's any like treads or what are those, fingerprints but on your feet? Is that a thing? It's a thing now. Well, dust for those.
Dust for footprints.
I don't know. Do I know anything about something that might do this?
Give me an Arcana check.
Ooh, 13.
That was the number.
Hey.
You know that whatever was making these footprints was radiating necrotic energy.
Oof.
That's bad. That's death stuff. That's scary.
Oh, what does that mean though?
It's like when when a mushroom gets a little too wet and gets all gushy,
Yeah.
gets mold on it. It's like that, but for people.
Yeah, but like I mean I get that, but like these footprints don't go anywhere. I'm very confused by this.
Or do they?
Do you think there's like more, but they're like hidden somehow?
Follow the footprints and then look up, look down.
It's like it just vanished.
And do the footprints look, I guess, comparable to a humanoid of my size? Or you said they were small, so are they
Small.
like much smaller? Oh, I see.
No, I would say, all right, they're medium size in 5e. So, smaller than a person size, but bigger than a halfling or a goblin.
And there's only one set of tracks.
That are that deep set, yes.
Okay, so that's Jesus.
I was about to say it's almost like maybe she was carrying something heavy, but I don't know. Does anything around look like out of place? Like any other indents in the mud, like something was picked up? Anything like that?
Nope.
Which direction do the footprints lead?
From the house out.
Okay, they're just going out.
I mean, if we can't figure out where they were, we should probably figure out where in the house they came from. Because was there a struggle here? Because like it kind of feels like there wasn't, and that's a bit weird. Because I feel like if there was a struggle, like these footprints and stuff would be a lot weirder. But I mean, I guess they already are weird, but like messy.
Yeah, it does seem like someone just up and left. Maybe we can
Yeah.
trace them back inside the house, see, like you were saying, where they're coming from.
All right, I'll peek in the windows, see if I can see anything moving around in there.
Don't see anybody moving around. Just looks like their house.
All right, I think we're all clear.
Maribel, are we going through the door or the window? I'll leave this up to you.
Yeah.
Follow your heart.
Oh, well. Oh, man.
Smash to the window with the key.
Yeah, that's petty. I like it. I also have this, bar of metal here. I could jimmy something open. And
None of you have even tried the front door. I just want to put that out there.
well, fine. Let's check it. I'll check it.
It is unlocked.
Not a lot
Well,
of foresight, these ones.
People typically lock their homes and the rest.
Do people lock their homes and the rest? Sometimes there's not much. Like, there's no money here. Everything's barter, so it's... I mean, who are you keeping out? Everyone who will ever be here is here. Except for sometimes the people who show up. So, looking around the house, there's a kitchen, a bedroom, a seating area with a bed made up on it, and a desk.
Does it look like Lizette has existed in this house, or is it like mysteriously like there's only 2 people living here and she never existed?
Give me a perception check.
Where is perception? That is a 10.
Okay. So looking around, you see the desk is locked, but also there's not really enough food of what you think would feed 3 people. But you've been friends with Joe and you've been friends with Lizette enough to know that the rootless tend to just not eat very much.
Okay. And like, is the table set for 3 people?
The table's not set, but there is like a bed in a bedroom, and then the couch is made up as if there is like someone was sleeping on it.
Okay. So there is evidence that she existed. Okay.
Yep.
I'm definitely eyeing that drawer and like looking at Meryl, just like you could, because you have lockpicks, I'm guessing from what you said.
Well, I have a piece of metal that I stole from Sparky guy, Sparkets.
All right, yeah, of course.
Anyone calling themselves Kaboom deserves to be stolen from. All right. See if I can like jam it in there and
do something.
Yeah, give me a thieves' tools check.
Oh. 21.
Oh my gosh!
Would that be like a dexterity?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are quite the dexterous little goblin.
I guess.
So, opening this desk, you see there's a bunch of half-completed maps in here of places above Sepulchre. The above world. And a lot of them just have big question marks on them. There's also several balled up scraps of paper with writing on them. You need to like unfurl the paper to see it. And a journal.
Ooh. Time to read the journal.
Oh, reading someone else's diary, that's hairy. It's a real moral question, you know?
If this helps us find her, I mean, her own parents seem to have forgotten about her existence. This might be our only lead.
Okay, but if you see anything about smooching, you close your eyes and turn the page. That's private.
I promise, Maribel.
I promise to.
So it's pretty clear looking through it that this is Lizette's journal. She talks about arriving here with no memories. And then as it continues, she writes over and over about a dream she's had about dying in a fire. And how she can't shake this dream of a fire and the heat from the fire. And scrawled in the margins of the journal are the words, "They're not your family." You also see written in like the back, "Avoid the fades," like triple underlined with exclamation points, and "Remember" circled.
The necklace or the bracelet or whatever that I won from Anquel, didn't that mention the fade on it, like in one of the words?
Yes.
As
It said, "Journey through the fades to rest."
As a rootless, is there anything I know about the fades as well? Or
That's where all of the rootless eventually go.
Gotcha.
like Kat said, again, many of the rootless.
Not many rootless. Not all rootless. Sorry. It says in the document that I recall, "the fate of all rootless," but it's not all rootless. Many rootless. But yes, it is a sad district where a lot of rootless go to kind of stop being.
So do we know anywhere with fire?
I mean, there was the potion that
Give me an insight check. Joe, you can make this with advantage.
16.
Okay.
6.
You
17.
okay?
Sorry.
So, Maribel, you know Lizette best, and you know that she came here with no memories. But Joe, you are also a rootless, and you know that memories can be kind of hazy. You tend to not remember a lot of the before time, but it can come in waves. And given what you know, the two of you would guess that this recurring dream is how she died. Before she came and got stuck in Sepulchre.
It's a bad way to go for sure.
Feel bad she never said anything to anyone. Did she ever say anything to you, Vela? You knew her.
No. This is the first time I've heard of this.
I mean, if I was her, I'd want to go somewhere with water, somewhere that doesn't burn. If I felt this.
Yes, she can come to the lake. If she's the road collecting was meant for her, maybe that's part of it, you know.
All in the wise minister's plan, as our friend Lorcan would say.
Yeah.
I'll say at this point, Lorcan and Sylveld, you have arrived here.
I feel like I've been arguing with Sylveld this whole time on the way here, just in a very hushed tone though, like in completely going silent when we pass anybody and just going like on and on about your blasphemous heart and that this is just really trying to guide you back into the wise minister's embrace.
They are arguing back. I want to be very clear. They are wrong and they know they're wrong, but they're still arguing. So.
And I am getting just super heated about this conversation. Lorcan is just like, ah.
Yeah. When we're coming up on the house, can we see, like, did they go in? They went in through the front door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so, but I also heard a lot of talk of window smashing. So, did you guys leave the door open?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I feel like we didn't really think too much about closing it or anything. We were just like gung-ho about getting info.
We'll walk in and close the door then.
The secret agent career path is looking less likely by the minute.
Sylveld's not even going to stop walking, like, as they're talking. Just like, I'm just saying, it's called the wise minister, so we have to assume that they know that what I'm doing is probably right. And I'm just walking in the open.
No, that's not at all what that has to mean.
Leave it all to the plan, you say. Hello.
You are infuriating.
Yes, I'm aware. Anyone
I
home?
wish you were still on the ground.
We let ourselves in. Come on over here.
Oh, more crime. Wonderful.
I closed the door.
I'm going to trot on upstairs. You said it was upstairs, right?
Wait, are we downstairs?
Other floors?
It's a one floor house.
Okay, that's okay. See,
I thought I heard first floor, not one floor. I can't hear anything. Anyway, I'm going to come in and just be like, so what do we... Are those maps?
Yeah.
Could I actually take a closer look at the maps? See what places, presumably Lisette's explored or it's marked as of interest?
Yeah. Give me a history, I guess, check, because D&D doesn't have a lot of stats. Sure. Give me a geography check.
That is a whopping 8.
Okay, So they're definitely places that you don't recognize or remember. They're from like the above world, but nowhere that you would know and be like, that's where she's from.
Are we supposed are we supposed to know about the above world, like,
Yes.
and like or I guess no, I know that, but like should regular folk be having maps like this? I guess is what I'm trying to ask.
Is
like,
this contraband?
yes. Should Lorcan be like, no?
Some people know about you, yes, because sometimes portals open and it might be for a few seconds, like with the blink dog, or it might be for several days. Sometimes like a rootless will arrive, sometimes an entire village will arrive and they'll just be there. And if the portal closes, they are then stuck there. But they'll remember what up there looks like. There's just not really a way to get back.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Then Lorcan's just gonna eye it curiously.
I guess I'll show the maps and the journal to the new arrivals and just say, we were looking through some for private effects to see if we could find out where she'd gone. Now, before I can show you this, you must promise to turn away if you see any mention of smooching.
Why would I turn away? That's the good part.
On my honor.
Thank you, Lorcan.
I'm just going to hand it to Lorcan instead. Like, I'm not making that promise. Oh, you'll all be delighted to know that we found out something mildly interesting.
I'm reading thing.
A rumor. Just a rumor.
Blasphemy.
A blasphemous rumor. About a mysterious figure, potentially from the stone itself, appearing in the fades and just whisking someone away. Of course, this is completely baseless and goes against everything that the wise minister teaches us and is utter blasphemy. I look at Lorcan like, is that good? Are we good?
Well, a figure made of stone would make some pretty deep-set footprints, right? And I look over to the other two Solomon.
Yeah, that sounds like it.
Yes, presumably so.
And they fly.
I wouldn't know.
Dev note from Liz down in chat. Sometimes people just come down from the surface.
Oh. We're all
Sometimes
gonna-
it'd be like that.
There's going to be an adventuring party that's going to wreck our day.
Oh, what's up, jerks?
Lorcan can interject. This rumor, we cannot spread it outside of us. We cannot tell anybody else. Right? It's obviously a blasphemous rumor that only the most blasphemous of hearts would take actual heed in. However, people are easily corrupted and swayed, and we must not spread this out. Not only for the betterment of the community, but also for your own safety.
These the stone person, would it like kill mushrooms and such?
No, I don't. Well, actually, there is, again, rumor only, that there are figures made of stone that have potentially something to do with death. What about death? I don't know. But if they're dead set on killing mushrooms, then perhaps.
Because there's some footprints outside that you might be interested in.
That makes I was wondering where you were leading with the footprint thing, because that seemed oddly specific, but good to know. But that's all I've found. And as Lorcan has so kindly explained, very blasphemous, do not investigate whatsoever.
Well, we should investigate immediately, right? Because
Do
if
not-
there's hear me out, if there's blasphemy in our community, which we all love, we need to weed it out, right?
I was saying do not spread this blasphemous information. However, if we could investigate and prove that it was indeed false, we could kill it at the source. So, in the understanding this is a trial put before us by the wise minister, let us proceed.
Yeah, I'm going to reach out and just put an arm around Lorcan's shoulder, which is why you should come with us to make sure that nothing is blasphemously spread.
I am coming. How could I not? This is as much my burden as the rest of yours. I hand the book back.
This is a journal. I'm not keeping this.
Not to you. Give it to Mirabelle.
You can't touch the journal. They didn't swear the pledge.
Correct. So I give it to Mirabelle. Like, no.
So, am I hearing that you're going to the Fades?
Are we?
I think so.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
But also, like, showing them the footprints before we leave.
Okay.
Just to, catch them up.
Wait. Should we take some extra precautions in case this turns out to be another challenge of the wise minister?
Are you wanting to take a long rest so you're not at disadvantage anymore?
No. And Joe is affected by the fade, as these blasphemous rumors are speaking of. I don't know what precautions, though.
Well, I'll do my best to stick with all of you. If you see me slowing down or anything like that, then maybe it'd be better to drag me out of there.
Don't worry, I've got your preparations covered, and I'm going to take out that potion and just hand it to Joe. There you go. Enjoy.
So, do you know what this does?
Oh, not in the slightest. The last one almost killed me, though.
No, this is the one.
This is the one I
the one you
stole.
swiped.
Oh.
I just had an empty vial. Like, you'll know when the time is right to use this.
Anybody can give me an Arcana check to identify it.
Ooh. I'm a smart boy. Except when I'm not. That's a 4.
Oh no.
Sure is the
It's
magic.
blasphemy in potion form.
Handy 11.
That is a potion of minor illusion.
Hey.
That's why it had a weird form.
Well, I don't think changing my appearance will stop the fact that I may slowly turn to stone once I enter this neighborhood, but maybe it'll come in handy, thanks.
I mean, you're still really new, so, I mean, if this place has that effect, then I'm sure you'll be fine.
If that happens, do you like get encased in stone, or is it like your whole body? So if we took like something to like,
I mean, the rootless are like made out of stone. That's why Joe is Dolomite Joe.
Okay.
Well,
Vic was just confused. Forget Lorcan said that.
Don't worry, I've had a whole year to myself to learn how to manage this slow transformation. If I feel anything going wrong, I'll be sure to tell you and get out of there.
don't need to tell me twice. Time for adventure.
All right. So, the Fades aren't far. You all know your way around Sepulchre pretty well. But they are a far bleaker district than Rest, your home district. You see untended gardens, houses that are fallen into disrepair, and Rootless trudging through the streets, not seeming to take notice of their surroundings. You see faceless statues lining the streets. And you all stand out, even Joe, pretty significantly here. But nobody really seems to notice any of you. There's Rootless standing at shops and stalls, but there's nothing that they're really selling. It's almost like they're just going through the motions of selling their wares, but they don't like call to you. Some of the stalls look empty, except for the person standing there. And you don't see anything growing.
So this is freaky, right?
It's so quiet here.
I mean, this is just what the fades are like.
Yeah, I imagine
It's freaky, but it's not like abnormal for this area.
No, yeah, no, but I imagine Silvo doesn't go to the Fades very often unless they have a very good reason. So it's like, cool.
I'm looking around and just praying to the wise minister to right breath. Keep us in your grace and guard over us and Joe, and just, it's my nervous habit.
Would you prefer that we just start calling out her name and seeing if she shows up, or could take a closer look at the faces or the lack thereof?
I don't know, Vela, you're the tracker, right? Do you have any sort of like?
Hunt 'em.
I mean, I guess since I've been official, that's my job now. I guess I should start looking. I'm not sure where to start looking. I mean, are there any footprints or anything that like would match the footprints we found in the garden anywhere?
Ooh, I like that. Give me a survival check.
Ooh. What's my survival? Okay, that is a 19.
Ooh, a diggity.
Okay. Let's see. I will say you do find a couple steps, and then they seem to vanish again.
I'm not sure how much this helps, but I mean, it's more than we've had before.
And
I guess we have proof that there was one of these blasphemous people here. So we're on the right track?
As you're looking at these prints, the ground quakes, and the stone pavement ahead of you rises and assumes the form of a dwarf made entirely out of stone, holding the hand of Lizette. All the eyes of the Rootless here turn to the dwarf hungrily. Lizette looks at him and says, "This is the way out?" And he nods. "Will it hurt?" He shakes his hand, or shakes his head. And they continue to walk.
Alright, well, Vela's chasing after them, like, wait, where are you going? We're bringing Lizette back.
He stops for a moment and says, kind of pauses and looks at you and says, "There's no continuing a game that has ended."
Vela's just so confused at that.
Strides forward and says, "She's a person, not a game. And Lizette, I think it's up to you to say whether you've ended. You have a family down here now. You had a whole new role in the community to look forward to." Lizette, can you hear me?
Lizette looks at him before responding. And then she turns to you and says, all things have a purpose, and all things must end. He serves the ending.
Lizette, no. You don't want to end. You've got maps to make. You've got mushrooms to pretend to eat. You've got all kinds of stuff. Don't end. We're your friends.
She kind of smiles at you sadly and says, I'm relieved. I'm not pretending anymore.
You pretending? You could have told us. We could have helped you.
She looks at him again and then looks back at you and says, I didn't know.
Know what? That we wouldn't, like, support you and want the best for you?
He guides the lost. And I'm found now.
You can be found with us.
In the wise minister's embrace. Stay with us. Don't go.
She looks at the dwarf again and then looks back at you, and her eyes have kind of changed at this point. And she says, we only take those who were already gone.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
We serve.
Serve who?
The ending.
Is that an aspect of the wise minister? Is this just another step in devotion to him? Lorcan is really trying to reconcile what's happening right now with their worldview. And it's like,
What?
If she wants to go, and I direct this to the dwarf, then we won't stop her, but you're not taking her anywhere. And frankly, I'm not sure that you haven't done something to her. Changed her mind in ways that maybe Lisette in her right state wouldn't agree with.
Yeah, I mean, like, you came out of nowhere, right? How did you convince her so fast? That doesn't seem right. When she has all of this, she has this life, and you made it so that even her parents don't know who she is anymore? Like, what happened? What did you do?
Lizette's eyes still have that kind of film over them, and she says, we serve. We guide the lost. And at this point, let's see. The dwarf is going to reach out and touch Joe.
Do I have
No.
the reflexes to back away, or
can we interrupt that?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
okay?
Jump in front.
Give me a dexterity saving throw.
That is an 8.
No.
Well, he got an 8 as well, so you're fine.
Okay,
He moves very slowly.
it's just kind of a slow
He's
motion.
very strong.
Can I ready the shocking grass vial in
Ooh.
case he does something sideways again? Like, no, absolutely not. Just to
Did-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Vela takes out a javelin and just points it at the dwarf.
Lizette kind of just looks at you, and she's not glassy-eyed anymore. And looks at Joe and says, "He was trying to help you remember."
Does remembering mean I want to remember nothing else? He won't do anything to me or my mind that I wouldn't agree to. Change what I want or how I think about things.
She kind of smiles and says, "Once I remembered, I want to go on." It's okay.
On where?
The ending.
Place to rest?
She kind of nods slowly.
Joe looks at the dwarf for a little while, and she's thinking. And then she looks back towards the people behind her and says, "Yeah, well, there's road collecting to be done, ain't there? A community to serve." Someone's got to do it. And I take a step back, making very clear I don't want to touch the dwarf or let him touch me.
I give Joe another pat on the shoulder. Good for you, kid.
Me too.
Yeah.
She's got the right idea.
There are tears.
You like if you cry every time.
crying.
Yeah. I kind of want to go up and see if I can touch Lizette's hand.
Okay.
Just kind of take her hand and try and pull her. Just like, come on.
She'll go with you. She lets go of the dwarf's hand.
Oh.
I'm going to look at Maribel, and I'm just going to say, "And you're sure that's for the best?"
She's got a mama. She's got a family. She's got us.
Yes, for now she does, but and I kind of just look around at all the other, like blank slate rootless that are here.
Mm-hmm.
Not much to look forward to, is there?
She's not going to be like that. She's an adventurer. Look at all these maps she's drawn. Look at that. Look at this journal. She's got a heart of an artist.
Yes, and it seemed like she was about to start an adventure of her own.
Yeah, but is it her choice? Look at her eyes.
I look at her eyes.
And the way that she's following along, she's not resisting.
Well, I'm going to look at Lizette and just say, "Well, if you had to choose, would you rather see where the dwarf takes you, or go back home to family dearest?"
She just kind of looks at you, expressionless.
Is that normal for her? The expressionlessness.
It seems like she's struggling to remember who you all are unless you are like actively talking to her. So
That's
like
fun.
when Maribel was like, "Hey, remember when we did this thing together?" She was like, "Yes, I do remember that thing." not like that chipper about it, but like at this point she's kind of emotionally blank and would go with you or go with the dwarf.
If she goes with us, how long will it be until another dwarf comes?
Perhaps this is a part of the wise minister's plan, and she is meant to see where this next adventure leads her. I feel strange about how unremembering she is of all of everything right now.
I mean, I'd be fine if it was her saying she wanted to leave. I'd help her pack her bag if that's what she really wanted.
But is this her saying she wants to stay?
Well, I don't know that either. I'd like to ask her, but she's not here. Now is she?
She turns and looks at Maribel. Says, really, it's where I'm supposed to go. I'll miss dinner.
Aww.
Do I believe her?
Oh.
An insight checker.
Oh.
That's a 10.
Yeah, you believe her.
Okay.
And the dwarf takes her other hand.
I'm gonna press my half-filled notebook into her hand and just say, "It's for your adventures. Do you want your maps? You might need them. You don't know where you're going." Where's those maps? Fish them out. Put them in her hand. About your diary. I promise we didn't look too much.
I'll
Do you want-
miss
do you
you.
want-
But I'll see you at the end.
All right. You better promise.
And her eyes take that glazed look again. And you hear her say, your journey continues. We will see you at its end.
How is that?
And then she smiles and takes a few more steps with the dwarf, and they vanish down into the stone.
It's not blasphemy. It's real.
What does it mean, though, the ending?
Death?
Yes.
Guess so.
Lorcan is about to have a crisis of faith. What the hell have you done?
If only they had forgotten to.
Well,
I suppose she's gone deeper then, underground, places none of us have ever been.
Yeah.
I hope there's no fire there. I hope she doesn't dream about it anymore.
Yeah.
so too.
Maybe she'll make new maps.
Yeah.
Wherever she's gone, I'm sure it's better than the Fades, so thank goodness for that.
How are the other rootless reacting to all this?
As soon as they vanish, they just turn back and go back to doing what they were doing, as if the dwarf was never there.
Take me with you.
You gotta make a pact right here. We can never forget her.
Yeah.
Oh, I will never forget this.
I'm quite inclined to agree, actually.
Good.
Won't ever forget.
Yeah, I won't ever forget. Lizette,
But
what we've seen here today.
I'm already writing down some of the lines the dwarf had. Those are some real good one-liners.
You're gonna put them in a poem.
Yeah. Whoa.
Like, I serve the ending. Like, that's pretty hardcore.
in one of those blasphemous poems you're gonna release when you're ready to die.
Their next album is just Blasphemer.
Sylvan the Blasphemer. So days go by, and stone dwarves appear, and take people who are quickly forgotten, except for by a certain few. There's no funerals or investigations, for no one is actually missing or dead. Everyone performs their assigned roles happily, for who can be unhappy when the elders have a plan for you? All is as it should be in Sepulchre, just as it always has been and always will be.
Yay.
Do we forget?
You remember.
Can I say that every time Lorcan notices someone's missing, he'll like, there's a cemetery here, yeah. He'll go to the cemetery like when nobody else is around and do just like a silent prayer for those who have moved on. Not like a prayer for the dead, but like something he's come up with, but like she'll be seen in the ending.
So that was Stone Cold, and you're now all level 1.
Yay!
Sylveld's getting their ass black bagged one of these days.
Oh my god. Okay, wait.
That was hilarious.
That was sad. That was really sad. I was a sad boy. I started crying. I was sad.
Thank you so much for running for that.
So they actually edited that ending to make it happier than the one I wrote.
Yeah, thanks for the emotions, Jess. Wow.
Wait, what was the other ending? Oh my god.
Yeah, what's the depressing ending?
Oh, when I
the-
originally wrote it, you never found Lizette. You found another person and then didn't really have a chance to save them.
Hey! I
And
love
they were
it.
like, let's give them hope before we take it away. And I was like, oh, that's much better.
I'm like, hey Jess, this is the level 0 adventure.
It was like, welcome to the dreadful realms.
Are you supposed to be emotionally damaging us at level
Yes.
0? Is that what's supposed to be happening here?
It was supposed to be
Absolutely.
an intro to Dreadful Realms, Caverns of the Wise Minister.
These ain't the caverns of the
Available
happy.
on Kickstarter right now.
Okay, I have one like meta question. If Lorcan ran around was like, it's true, the blasphemy is true, like literally having a crisis of faith, would any of the upper people believe him, or would I just get black bagged? Like, do they know what's happening?
I would say you might draw the attention of some of the upper people, but the common folk and most people would just absolutely ignore you. I would say even the priests would ignore you.
Damn.
Lorcan would have kept it to himself because even in a crisis, he is still mostly a devout boy.
So let's all say who you all are and where we can find you. And since Vic, you were just talking, let's start with Lorcan. Vic, where can we find you in the real world?
Oh, hey, everybody. You can find me on Twitter as Vic the, 2 H's in that. I also have a website, which is linked in my Twitter bio. Yep, those are my things.
Vela, who are you in the real life, and where can we find you?
Hello, I am Draz or Allison. I can be found on Twitter at Drazillion. You might also catch me sometimes on Fridays on this very channel because I am a cast member of Three Flings, which is a campaign going through all the adventures in the Uncaged anthology. So that's fun. And yeah, you can just see me write stuff and draw stuff and have a good time.
Dolomite.
Oh yeah, and also I'm one of the writers for the Kickstarter. So if you back the campaign, then you'll get my writing if you want it.
And our other writer, Dolomite Joe, who are you, and where can we find you in the real life?
I'm Casey. You can find me at Casey She Writes on Twitter. And yeah, I'll be freelancing for various tabletop RPGs, including Dreadful Realms.
Sylveld, who are you, and where can we find you?
Listen, I'm just going to interject really quick. You said our other writer. I was like, hey, I write. I do the
I
writing.
meant the other writer on this. Literally everyone on this stream is a writer.
Hey, look at us. Anyway, hi, I'm Alan C. Johnson. You can find me at Twitter at Narlor Jenkins, where I do writing, voice work, and all sorts of other fun stuff. So,
And Maribel, who are you in the real life, and where can we find you?
Hey, I'm Christina. You can find me on Twitter at D20Xtina, where I love to talk games, music, general nerdery, and you can also find me on Off the Table every other Wednesday playing Glitter Hearts, where I'm playing a magical girl who can transform into her magical girl form by eating a mazapan. I get to be super Mexican on the stream, and I'm really so happy. It's amazing. I just get to be real Mexican on this stream, and it's delightful. And then on Thursdays, you can find me over on Gehenna Gaming playing Witchburner, which we are playing witch hunters, trying to find a witch, but there are secrets among us. So that is fun and dark and awesome. And yeah, come say hey.
Love it. And I'm Jess. You probably know who I am, but I write stuff, and I'm on the Twitter. And come back on Friday for Three Flings. We're going to do a very fun episode, whatever it is. It's water shallow, roots deep. It's pretty great. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Back Dreadful Realms on Kickstarter. The link is in the thing. And right now we are going to go raid Dice Priori. So stick around for that. It's going to be fun. They are playing Monster of the Week, which I'm going to be playing, I think, for the first time. No, I have played it. I always confuse Monster of the Week with the Shadows.
You're meant to do a slash.
Oh my god. Why can't I remember how to do anything? Too many commands. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you. Please wear a mask and be safe. And
kickstart Dreadful Realms.
Kickstart Dreadful Realms and get a wonderful adventure written.
Super good.
All the other adventures were probably as sad.
Oh my
and
God.
there's really pretty dice and stuff too. So thank you for spending your evening with us, y'all. Bye.
All the adventures are sad.